Proceed.
Well, your story, while colorful, bit rough.
You mean explosion?
Yes. And the eye gouging part. You need to loosen up. Not everything can be about war. What do you like to do for fun?
I like to hang upside down blindfold, and then I take my gun part and put it back together real fast before my nose starts to bleed.
Oh, that's great. But is there anything that you like that doesn't have to do with battle?
Like what?
Like golf.
Negative.
Well, do you like to go to the movies?
Negative.
I don't suppose you dance.
I've been known to cut a little rug in my day.
There's only one place where we can go to see freaky girls doing shows, doing tricks to make us holler. Wanna give it
Thank you, though, Dan.
Benson.
Not like us, but above the rest. Just do anything to turn us on. Them girls got it going on. I like a lot of booty that's
Benson.
Girl, you know
Nobody does the robot anymore.
my private dancer.
And I guess I gotta dig further into my repertoire.
I get hard at seeing you. How hard? Hard like a rock when you make that coochie pop. Pop that coochie, hey, pop that coochie, baby, pop that coochie, hey, pop that coochie, baby, pop that coochie, pop that coochie, baby, pop the coochie, pop that coochie, baby. Freaky girls with plenty of class, roll to the music, get shaking real fast. Then go back, make the shout, and work that body in and out. Moving their body with plenty of action, bringing to the man more satisfaction. Doing what they feel to turn us out, just work that body all the way out. Shake it, don't break it, until your mama never wants to make it. Bend over and spread 'em, girl. Show me those coaching drills. Play that button, don't you quit.
Woo! What's up, BC? Oh, lightning fast here. I beat it from the tape player to the applause. Not necessary. Also not for me. We'll listen to rapid fire fast. Beat it here before music even started playing. In honor of who this contest is for. Yeah, it's a contest. Get over it. It's gonna be fun. But adjustment. Boom. It's Cheap Trick. Super classy to have the UPC on the front. That's tasteless. But Cheap Trick at Budokan. So 8 vinyl low. This one's for you. Little nonsense. Let me pause because I'm gonna have to conclude this. I'm gonna scream at you, and then there's a good chance that YouTube's gonna pop me. All right, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear that in the background or not, but here I am. I'm shooting the breeze. Who cares? All right. So 8 vinyl low. We're talking about dance. If I'm cutting in now, it's because, as they say, don't edit. Might have had to chop off the first couple minutes because I might have got popped for pop that coochie. A little movie scene with don't cheat. We're in a society now where everyone Googles, no one uses their noodle, no one can recollect, use their brain. Karen Parsons from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Hillary, way smarter than that character. Beautiful woman. But Karen Parsons, with your boy Damon Wayans, pop that coochie, dance scene from Major Payne. If I got popped and I had to chop off the first 2 minutes, and so be it. You never saw it. No harm, no foul. But I thought that'd be fun and appropriate for the situation. And then that's reeled in. So pop that coochie, a little inappropriate, especially, hey, that was a kid's movie. You gotta love that. Maybe we could tone it down, with a little something kids-oriented here. Sesame Street Fever? It absolutely is. If you know what it is, I don't have to explain it. If you don't, maybe look it up. But there's a 45. And, maybe we want to contrast from a little early 90s rap, Pop That Coochie. Do you remember the early 90s line dancing revival? My grandpa fully and totally got caught up in it. Texas shirts, you know what I mean, with the shoulders and the Navajo print and the kind of Arizona desert colors and pastels and ostrich skin pointy toe cowboy boots and sewn in pleated pants. You can't see my pants here. I'm just pointing like you're in conversation. Switching it up. I'm in a chair. I'm sitting in your chair. Sorry. Hey, join me. No harm, no foul. But this is usually where you sit. I'm in it. Pull the chair up wherever you please. So, line dancing. Yeah, no rhyme, no reason. Didn't have a plan. I'm just shooting. Because that's what I do. Forgot things I was going to grab. Who cares? Let's get after it. So maybe you got caught up in that early 90s line dancing. If that's the case, man, here's my personal collection of Alan Jackson cassettes from the 90s. Don't rock the jukebox. Play me a country song. I figured, hey, let's keep it eclectic in the vinyl community here. Here's a lot about living and a little about love. But, bow, that's on that. And, of course, it has that way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Also, this Aqua Teal Harley Davidson right here, which is absolute thing of beauty. All my friends out here in the vinyl community, I'm not preaching for you guys because you can't ride. But ride free, be in the wind, but just watch out because know that the idiots on the road, they're not looking for bikes. And if you guys are in four wheels, if you're cage riders, look out. I've lost friends. Motorcycles. Anyways, sidetrack. But, here in the real world, here's Alan Jackson. I'll finish off the trio. 7 minutes. I'm talking about nothing. The drink is because I said, why not? It's a glass bottle Sprite, hecho in Mexico. And the reason I need it, because the, this got mishandled. This should be way fizzier for a glass bottle endeavor. But, you know me, I'm by myself. I'm repetitive. If I'm kicking it by myself, I very rarely have more than one drink or two. And I need a Sprite chaser, non-caffeinated chaser, because it's bedtime. Probably going to crap this video all sorts up. Nothing too special. Bacardi and Añejo. Now, I don't even think they make a distinction. It's just Bacardi. But back in the day when they still tried to resemble some form of a desirable spirits company, they'd have classifications. But it's not special. It's just older. So, anyways, that's the sip. Cheers to you. Yeah, that's not special at all. So, chaser it is. Well, let's hammer these out. Your boy's going to go forever. Because I'm going to give you a polite heads up when you could just quit. If you want to stick around for a story, feel free. Whatever. So, if we're going to have a dance party, why not Martha and the Vandellas dance party? So, of course, you have Dance in the Street, Dancing Slow if need be. The one that is the gem on this you might know from the Good Morning Vietnam soundtrack. Good Morning Vietnam! Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. But yeah, Martha and the Vandellas, dance party. I'm looking at it right here. I didn't bring it over here. I have a party soundtrack, courtesy of Beth at B-Side Records. Hey, screw it. I'm not pausing. I'm just rolling. So, if you want to, I opened up VCLT. Excuse me. Ooh, Sprite and Bacardi. It's desirable and delectable. So, Dave Schlarb and I, Back and Forth, Volume 2, hardcore punk, and countered with, speaking of dance music, Kool and the Gang. It's fun. It's silly. Ends with VCLT. Thank you, Beth. Alright, and then, hey, boom, hammer them out. Party mix. So, I love the B-52s. I showed this in my awful, not that I'm getting any better, but I showed this in my awful vinyl tag, my introduction to the vinyl community. And, Party Out of Bounds, Private Idaho, Give Me Back My Man. Favorite B-52 song, Lava, Dance This Mess Around, and 52 Girls. Still in Shrink with a hype sticker. So, yeah, hot remixes. And then speaking of remixes, which is kind of cool, after Madonna's first 3 records, she chose her DJs or whatever samples, and they reissued unique versions for this You Can Dance. So this is a big hit. Man, Madonna was a good-looking woman back in the day, man. She did not need plastic surgery. But I showed this in my physical attraction is the joy on that. I showed this in my recent 3-pointer for the win. All right. So for all you people who are just like, oh, you're showing the same thing. Oh, that's not how it works. Okay, does this make you feel better? More Madonna. So didn't show this recently. I don't know why they do this. This is not a side to side. This is a over under. But yeah, so here's Madonna. Still looking tasty. And the one that would have been the Phillies, the silly 80s kind of fun dance song, get you on the floor, would be Dress You Up. Dress you up in my love, all over, all over. Alright. I'm singing, I'm loopy, I'm sleepy. I'm chopping this out. Need to blow my nose, but screw it. Allergies are awesome. Some people, I assume I haven't watched, I'm going to binge watch these after I post my entry. Alright, so, Johnny Taylor and Eargasm. Look at that. But yep. But so the one would be on this would be Disco Lady. I haven't heard this song in a while, but move it in, move it out, spin it in, roundabout, Disco Lady. So yeah, here we go. There's dance music. And so I hammered those out in just under 12 minutes with a video snippet you may or may not have seen. So dock that 2 minutes. That's under 10 minutes. Winning. All right. So here's your chance. If you want, have a beautiful night. Take care. I love you. But also, if you want, put the kids to bed. I got a story to tell. So, sometimes I'll kind of pair a shirt to go with the topic at hand. And if you can see, the shirt says Sunset Waterfall. So I used to be a cooler. I used to bounce and whatnot, keep things fun and jovial. Break up the fights before they even start was always my goal. But anyways, so raised with establishment, Sunset Waterfall. Well, why the hell does your shirt say Sunset Waterfall? So we were in high school. I guess hopefully I can get this story out while changing names to protect the innocent. So, when I was in high school, man, I graduated at 19. Alright? So I just turned 19 when I graduated. I got a buddy who was just a little bit older than me, who was 21. So he had a brother, a half-brother, and a step-brother. Alright? And my buddy, who moved down from Massachusetts, I can give him a nickname because he had a nickname that's pretty safe. So, he was Bone. Alright? So Bone and I were like best friends. We were we were all just a big crew, right? Hanging out. These were all a bunch of rich kids, and I was kind of a hangout with these rich kids. They were one of my subsects, right? And then the oldest brother was 21. Everyone called him Project Pat because he was white, and privileged and wealthy, but he was just down for dirt, right? He was just down for whatever. And so, anyways, so we're kicking it. We're hanging out, and then so Project Pat's little brother. He's just turned 18, and he was always kind of the shy guy. He's obsessed. Everyone in the crew had already had girlfriends and everything, and this dude's kind of getting out of the shell. He's just obsessed. Dude, we should go to strip club. We should go to strip club, dude. Nudity, girls, naked, right? So he's just a teenager. He's freaking obsessed, man. There's one strip club where we lived. I want to say it was called Pure Gold. Never stepped foot into it. I've never been a strip club guy, all right? And so that's why this story is going to feel really ironic or seem crazy and lunacy. All right. So you had to be 21 at the local strip club, right? And so, I don't know, 45 minutes away, Fayetteville, North Carolina, right? So there's a strip club. I couldn't even tell you the name of it, man. And then it's probably best to leave some locations out. Like I say, protect the innocent. This is going to be like one of those unsolved mysteries from back in the day. So, it's one of these things that's like closed Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, whatever. So, whatever. So, school gets out, it's summer break or whatever, like right after graduation, and all the guys are gonna part ways and everything. And he was the youngest of the group, and he just turned 18. And he's like, then his chances, seeing girls are dissipating because it's summertime, right? You're not in school anymore. So we find out, it's like Wednesdays. He makes a phone call or whatever, finds out Wednesdays you only have to be 18, right? Or whatever. I don't even remember the circumstances. All right, so when we get there, what we don't realize is that every Wednesday, the day we drive out like damn near an hour out there, is ladies' night with an all-male review. So we drive all the way out there, and it's guys dancing. So like, dude, what are we gonna do? There's no other bars that you only have to be 18 here. It's like whatever. It's like we're gonna go in here, and then my buddy Tom's like, his logic was, a name has been spoken. Hey, whatever. So hopefully he doesn't run for president. But so anyway, so Bone. So he's like, yeah, screw it, dude. He's like, this is his logic, which was brilliant. He's like, if we go in there and there's guys dancing, that means the whole crowd is nothing but women. All right? And so, anyways, the reason why it's 18, we didn't realize that every Wednesday or Thursdays, whatever this was ladies' night with male review, but like every third Wednesday was third Wednesday of the month or whatever was amateur night. And that was the only night where you could be 18. All right? And the reason they were doing that is because they want all the younger girls to come in there, see that money can be made, have fun and everything, kind of lower their inhibitions, and then turn around, try to get them to dance. It's all just a ploy, right? To get these girls trapped and dance, right? So we go in there, and all of a sudden, the guy who's, Project's little brother is the one who's so gung-ho. Of course, he's also homophobe. So he's like, screw that, man. I'm not going to watch guys dance. That's gay, dude. I'm not doing that. I'm not going in there. Kind of worked out anyways, right? So they tell us, well, dude, you're 21. You could chaperone up to 2 people. They have to buy some stupid pink shirt that lets everyone know they're under 21. You have to, like, mark their hands with X's or put on wristbands or whatever it is. All right? But then if anyone else wants to go in there, you got to dance, right? So Project says, well, I'm not going in there without my brother. So I'm not hanging out with someone else other than him. So that comes down to me and Bone, right? So Bone wasn't really about some dancing, right? Kind of athletic but still awkward guy, all right? So I'm just like, dude, all right, screw it, right? So they didn't think, at that, I'm a big burly bro, right? And I was back then, but I was doing year-round sports, calisthenics, lifting weights, still a burly bro. And you might not believe this, but, at 36 here, I can't anymore. But up until about age 30, I could still do, the splits. But in my 20s and late teens, I could do the full Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, straight honest to heaven, like full splits, right? So I'm just like, screw it, dude. Whatever, dude. I don't care, man. I'll bite the bullet, dude. Let's just have a good time, whatever, right? So back in the day, little doobage was involved. So young blood, he hangs out in the van. I just think he just gets stoned, listens to music, right, and just content to know that he's not going to get poisoned and become a homo or whatever craziness was going on in his head, right? So we go in there. Mind you, I didn't realize that I was going to sit backstage for 2 hours with the regular professional male strippers and the amateurs that wait until it's time to dance to show up. And then I could look through the curtain and see my buddy, Project, who's 21, just boozing it up. Security doesn't care about my 2 friends. They paid for their shirt. They could just blame it on them and kick them out if whatever... anyone came in and raided or whatever, inspected for IDs or whatever could have possibly happened to be bad, right? So I see my friends, they're under 21, they're boozing it up, having a good time in their pink shirt, they're flirting with all the girls, we're hanging out. All these bros are taking it way too serious, all right? There's the actual male dancers that work there. That's a unique type anyways, all right? And then you have these guys getting closer to 11 or whatever, 11 p.m. or whatever, when all the guys are going out there paraded, which I'm now part of that, herded cattle, so to speak, right? So I'm part of the meat factory. So all the guys, they start doing their push-ups. They got the rubber bands and they're doing They're doing their lifts, you know what I'm saying? They're flexing their shoulders. They're like, oh, I gotta get sexy. They're oiling their bodies. You know what I mean? All this nonsense, right? Spray tan. They're all checking their eyebrows and just whatever, right? So like 30 minutes prior, they're just like, okay, hey man, what's your name? I'm just like, my name's Eric. Yeah. It's like, dude, no, what's your stage name? I was like, dude, are you freaking serious? Like, 2 hours ago, I was in the parking lot. I think I was gonna party and see girls dance on stage. Now I'm a bro that's about to shake it in a banana hammock. Actually, they weren't a banana hammock. They gave me a pair. It was like they were gold, like biker short lycra type things. All right, I'm classy. I'm not gonna show all my junk. I'm a gentleman, right? People, seriously. So I'm hanging out backstage. Tell me I got 30 minutes. There's like 9 bros going out there for amateur night. And it's clear that all these dudes are like military. They're all doing PT. They're all athletic. And it's pretty obvious that these amateurs, they've all done this before, right? So they're confident. They're all like, eyeballing each other like it's like backstage of a... I don't know if anyone's ever been like cornered someone or actually fought. It was like fighting where it's like they're eyeballing each other like who's the best and who's going to win, who's going to come out on top. But no one's settling with punches. They're settling it by dancing and wiggling. So... I'm asking the guys, I'm trying to make small talk. I'm trying to make this 2 hours go by while my friends are cutting loose and I'm just hanging out backstage, sweaty nutsack smell in the room, right? And so I start trying to make, small talk with these guys. And, I'm just like, dude, well, what's your name? And, dude, and I swear to God, like, all these guys are like, my name's Nitro. My name's Turbo. My name's Laser. I'm just like, are you guys fucking American gladiators? Or are you guys strippers? You guys are shaking your junk of banana hammocks. Don't act like you're tough. Fire and thunder, and they're like, well, what's your name then? I have no idea where this came to me. Just like, it beckoned upon me. I don't know. It just, anyways, Sunset Waterfall. All right? So, your boy went out there, Sunset Waterfall. I went out there with these 9 people, and I don't think this crowd of ladies that wasn't too thrilled I wasn't sloppy, but for a younger burly bro to be out there, I don't think they fully expected for me to do a spinny spin on the pole and then drop it down hard, full splits, and do a little grinding, right? Money's in the air, throwing ones. I win. Fantastic night. Hilarious, but then just kind of dies into the analogs of time, so be it, right? Friends and I move apart. I move to South Carolina. Friend moves back up to, one friend moves to Florida, one friend moves to Massachusetts. We kind of all lose touch, right? So that's just forgotten, right? Fast forward 10 years later, whatever it may be. I've become really good friends with the guy I call like my brother, right? My dad called him son. I got his kids' pictures on my wall. They were like my nephews, right? I'm Uncle Erwick to them, right? And so all this loveliness. So my boy Josh, right? My boy Josh Steve. All right, that's what it is. Josh Steve. That's his name. Great name. So he gets out of the Marines, and so his last tour or whatever, he's not even seeing women, all right? So he's just out in the desert in the shit, and he's just done, right? So he's got a pocket full of money saved, as a lot of guys who have been deployed, right? So he's got a pocket full of money. We're finally getting to hang out. So at this time, for a good stretch, I had Tuesdays off. So he's a strip club guy. Like I say, I'm still not, but he's got a friend that owns a car rental place. So for a while, I'm designated driver on Mondays, and then we're renting like, Impala Super Sports, Mustang GTs, Chargers, things of this nature, right? So I've already talked through a side of cassette. That's priceless. So I don't mind DDing, but we're going there a little too long. I'm just like, okay, Josh, you get this out of your system yet? Like these girls all know our names. Like we know their real names. Like not stage names. Like he dated 1 or 2 of them. I socialized with a few of them. So so anyways, we get familiar, and like I say, we used to lift weights heavy. I get off work, we'd lift weights, we'd shower at the gym, we'd just slap on some basic clothes, and then we'd go to the strip club as an industry night, and we'd stay out there way too late, right? And so we do that mess, and then I'd be off on Tuesdays and became routine, right? And so about the time I'm getting over it, right? All these girls know who we are, and we'd just sit down, they'd escape, and they'd sit down, talk to us, gripe, talk as friends, and there's a way they'd be interacting with men while avoiding the creepers and, in between dances or whatever, right? So most of the strippers are regulars. But occasionally you got, not occasionally, you got a lot of girls that will come in from Kentucky or Texas or whatever, and they rotate because they want to be the new face. So they want to make their money, and some girls make their money on the main stage, and some girls want private dances in the back, right? So this girl was being really aggressive for private dances, right? And she's like, I see you guys, hanging out with all these girls. Everyone knows you. I know y'all spending money. And I was like, what, you don't want to dance for me? And I was like, dude, it's not like that. I said, I'm watching after my boy here. I'm designated driver. I was like, he's dancing. Why don't you have a good time? I was like, appreciate it. I don't want a private dance. I'm just hanging out here. I was like, this is just a bar to me. And I was like, my friends hang out here. I'm really not about spending a lot of money. Well, you're cheap or broke or whatever it is, right? So we get in a little bit of argument, right? Security comes, breaks it up. Manager comes, like, dude, you know who this guy is? Like, this guy is one of the nicest dudes ever. He calms things down. This dude's practically like, a cooler that's not on the clock. Like, this dude, give this dude a free drink. You go chill out, right? So homegirl comes back like 20 minutes later, and she's like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to apologize. It's just that you're so handsome and so intimidating. All right, she's just feeding me some shit, right? And I was like, look, if you want to sit down, I'll buy you a drink. And if you just want to gripe or whatever, get your hair out, before I even get that out, I was like, why don't you just give me the money for a drink? And I was just like, okay, bad start. All right, why don't you just sit down and relax? We'll shoot the breeze for a second, right? And so, anyways, so we're sitting down. 5-10 minutes go later, she starts selling me for a dance again. I'm just like, lady, for real, I'm just having friends. I was like, all these, whatever, say these names, whatever their stripper names are, Dazzler and, Lemon Twist or whatever their Strawberry and whatever their names are. I was like, I'm like, make up some names. That's Susan. That's Beth. That's Becky. That's Ann. I know these girls. I said, I'm just hanging out. I don't even know what your name is. And so she's like, it's like, okay, it's like that. And so she's like, I don't even know what her name is. My name's Kiwi Sprite Mist or whatever. She just makes it up. And she's like, what's your name? I was like, bitch, I'm Sunset Waterfall. This comes out of nowhere. From some recess of my mind, I throw, bitch, I'm Sunset Waterfall at her. So my brother, Josh, learns this story, and being a brother, every time we stepped out for the next 3 years, I was forced to tell that story, which I used to have actually down to a science back then. It was pretty articulate, and I didn't have to protect names. But so, that became my name for quite some time. Sunset Waterfall. So, anyways, if you stuck around for this, dude, I'm sorry. Maybe that's slightly entertaining for you to imagine me once upon a time shaking it in gold shorts or having to explain as a damn near 30-year-old man or late 20-something-year-old, mid-20s, mid-20s, I don't even know what that was, of me having to explain the history of Sunset Waterfall and then it being baptized into that name into a social group where all my new friends that don't know that history of me then earning or re-earning the name Sunset Waterfall. So anyways, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. 8 Funnel Low. She had a contest, and then I yapped. It's whatever. Hopefully you saw a Major Pain snippet. If not, whatever. I apologize for this horrendous, terrible, awful video. Take care. Best wishes from yours truly, Eclectic Eric of the Vinyl Community, a.k.a. Sunset Waterfall.